Hey everybody, so this is not the same card you're going to see me make in a second. I'm just showing you the technique I used to make the base of this card. And I just took an index card and I sprayed it down with the Ranger Ink Essentials ink refresher, which is essentially just water and glycerin. So if you use some kind of oil base, I'm sure like a baby oil water mixture would work if you can get it to like emulsify. But essentially you want to coat it down, crinkle it up, and then use whatever color distress ink you want. And any water-based dye ink would work. And it will sink into the paper, and the crinkles will really show up because the glycerin breaks down the fibers in those areas. And when it dries, it leaves this really supple, leathery feeling paper behind. So that's pretty much, that's how I made the background of the card you're about to see. And then I just I also have the reverse of a stencil, which you saw in a previous video. I think it was the butterfly lady one, the take me to the stars, or to the stars. See, I just got the reverse of the stencil. So that's what you've missed thus far. I don't remember what color of distress ink that was. I want to say it was maybe Vintage Photo, something reddish brown. So I am just using some fluid matte medium to adhere down some sewing pattern paper that I had laying on my desk. I had all of this collage element stuff, just remnants laying on my desk. I'm like, I'm going to use it. And then I was trying to fix my sewing machine. I was having issues with the tension, so I had all these book texts that I had just sewn random pieces of stitching through. And this is a piece of, I think, like watercolor paper or super duper thick cardstock, one of the two. So I'm just mixing some matte medium and some of that distress ink just to color that up a little bit. And then I'll use the same mixture to glue it down, I think. Again, really, this card was me trying to use up scraps on my desk and create something at the same time. So, yeah, this is how I like to clean up. You just glue crap down. That's the whole rule to mix media and collage. Glue crap down. So go glue crap down. So what you can't see me working on, well, you kind of can, is the bird branch die from Tim Holtz. It was on clearance at Michael's for like $7 or $8. So I bought it, and you know, whenever you buy a Sizzix die, it comes with a pre-cut piece of paper in it. Well, that piece of paper is just cheap, flimsy paper. It's not watercolor paper. It's not, you know, anything fancy. But I always like to use it up. It's like, hey, free die. I don't have to die cut it. I don't have to waste paper. So, so this is the one that came with the package, and I'm just using some distress ink to color it up. As you can see how cheap it is. It's pilling up the paper because of all the water. So I used, I think, walnut stain for the bird's legs. I have a funny story to tell you about birds, but I have another ICAD coming out soon, and I'll tell you the story about the birds then. So my good friend will hopefully not say anything in the comments. So I colored it up using distress ink, and I think it was Rusty Hinge for the beak, and just adhered it down with way too much matte medium, as you can probably see. But I did have to go over all that stitching, thick paper and everything, so I was like, yeah, I'll find something else. So again, cleaning up more stuff. This is all stuff I just had sitting on my table. This is how messy my table was. So I grabbed another ICAD, started gluing down. That's bits of a map, the list of all the streets, and bits of torn paper, and so yeah, that started a whole separate ICAD. So then I took my Pitt big brush markers and I just started going around the branches, and I was using a brush at first, and then I started using my fingers and just kind of shading, trying to give that branch a little bit of depth. I mean, this is super mixed media, super collagey. You're not gonna get a really realistic look here, but that's okay. I'm just trying to make it look a little more depthy. That's a word now. Kind of creating a faux little wing there for him, since there is no wing on this bird. Even though it looks like it's sticking out the back. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. Oh well. So now I'm using the Donna Salazar Mixed Media inks. This is the honey color. It's a really pretty, like, taupe. And I'm just stamping the sentiment, sing. I'm actually surprised these dried because it's on matte medium. They usually don't dry on non-porous surfaces, but it dried, so maybe I cooked it. Maybe that's the secret, is cooking them, you know, with the heat gun. So now I'm using my Stabilo brush tip marker. This is the .88 or something like that, I think. And I just went around those letters and signed my name. Again, I've taken to signing my name on stuff lately. My skanky old archival ink pad right around the edges in black. I thought the black framed it in nicely, and it tied in the black in the stitching. That's why I didn't go brown. So I'm taking that same brown big brush marker and I'm going around the edges of that stitched paper just to give that some depth, and then I'm also doing the same with the vertical one, and I also colored it up a little bit. When I smudged it out, I colored the paper. So anyway, there's all these browns and just really pretty colors, and they all just go quite nicely together. And so I didn't like the color of the bird. It wasn't bright enough for me, so I took another big brush marker and I just went straight over it. Because there was matte medium on there, you can just color right over it and then kind of smudge it out. And I did the same with the beak with a little bit of orange. So that's the card. It went to my good friend Pam. I hope she enjoys it. And I will see you guys next time. Hope you enjoyed the video. Bye.